So guys, make sure to stay until the end, because if you make one common mistake, you may end up spending thousands of dollars on parts, diagnostics that you may need. Make sure to stay until the end, we will explain what it is. Hey guys, welcome back to Electrical Car Repair Live. Thank you guys for watching and subscribing to the channel. Today will be super helpful video to any of you having a Dodge Challenger, that generation here from year 2014 to year 2024. If you have one of those, if you have a problem where your heater blows cold, cool air, you wonder, okay, what causes that, how to fix it, we'll explain that in this video today. And if you make one common mistake, not fixing it on time, in some cases you may destroy your engine. We'll explain why. In addition, if you need to buy replacement parts tools at a good price, we'll share the information in the video for your convenience. So let's start on it now. So before we start guys, let us tell you a little bit about us. Every single car we get here at the garage, we try to make at least 200 to 300 free repair videos. We take them completely apart, we show you how to fix transmissions, engines, bodywork, electrical components, fuses, relays. Why we do all that guys? Because our mission at the shop is to save you as much money as we can. All we need in return, please subscribe to the channel, like the video, that way we can keep making these free videos. We have guys more than 15,000 free repair videos on our YouTube channels that can practically guys save you thousands of dollars in future repairs. And if you need to buy parts, tools at a good price, quick shipping, we'll put the links in the description of the video below for your convenience. So guys, if the heater now does not work, multiple things can cause that. What you want to check first is guys, fuses and relays for the climate control system. Then we'll explain what else most likely causes it. The first thing we need to do, open the trunk. When you open the trunk, lift the carpet liner up. Underneath guys, you're going to find the spare tire, that's the car battery, and behind it you have a fuse box. That's a closer look. Pull the cover up by squishing the tabs, lift it up. And once you open it, you have a fuse box with a layout like this one here. Before we continue, let's explain guys quickly why it's always a good idea to test fuses and relays. It is guys very important to test fuses and relays. On those fuses you cannot clearly see if they're burnt or not, especially you can see in the J-case fuses as well. And if you guys assume, let's say you remove a fuse, you look at it and you assume guys that it's actually a good fuse, but it's actually a bad fuse. Sometimes you cannot clearly see that. What can easily happen guys at that point, you can put the bad fuse in and you start replacing parts and tools that you don't need to, so you lose your time, you lose your money to fix a problem that doesn't exist, when all we had to do is test the fuse and replace it. We'll put a link to a special video that will teach you how to test fuses, how to check relays very easily as well guys. So check it out, it will be in the description of the video below. So guys, here what you need to check now. We need to check fuse number 15, right here. Fuse number 53, relay 71. And then you need to guys check one more, and you come in that row of fuses. Let's zoom in. That's fuse 31. The one next to it, the blue one, is fuse number 32. Check it out. Next, you need to open the hood. In the hood, doesn't matter if you have a V6, V8, the fuse box is on the left side of the engine. Press the tabs, pull the cover up, you will find that fuse box here. Now, we need to check fuse number 12 and fuse number 39, right here. If all that checks out guys, what we see quite often in the garage, check this thing out guys. This thing is known as a blend door actuator. It attaches to a flap behind the dash that regulates the temperature. If guys, it goes out, and they often do go out, sometimes the teeth will crack, wear out, the motor will quit working, maybe stuck in the wrong position, that's why the heater does not work. If you want to see the symptoms of bad blend door actuator, how to test blend door actuator, we'll have videos on our YouTube channels. Another thing guys, interior temperature sensor for the climate control can cause the heater not to work. You need to test that too. Now, that's the climate control panel, the climate control switch. Sometimes we had problems with those, but not very often. Probably we had it 2 times in our whole career guys. But here, that's where things get interesting. Check that device, that's known as a thermostat. Thermostat that's stuck open will cause the coolant to flow freely all the time between the engine and the radiator. And now, especially if you notice the heater blowing cold on faster drives on the highway, that means it's getting more airflow. It could be symptoms of bad thermostat stuck open. If you want to see what are the symptoms of bad thermostat, how to replace one, we have videos on the channel. Next, guys, let the engine cool completely, let it sit one night, next morning check the coolant level. If it's too low, that might be causing the actually guys, the heater not to work. Now if it's too low, you may have a leaking gaskets, hoses, radiator, multiple things, but if you keep driving it, you may even overheat the engine and that can destroy it. Another thing, if you keep driving it with bad thermostat, that can overheat and destroy the engine as well. Next, if you replace thermostats, radiator hose, radiator, coolant temperature sensor, anything that involved draining the coolant, if you just added coolant and started driving your car, that's maybe your number one mistake. You need to always bleed the cooling system. If you do not bleed the cooling system, you may end up having an air pocket inside the heater or the engine that can prevent coolant to flow, and as a result the heater may not work correctly as well. Another thing, guys, clogged up heater core. This is the little bitty radiator behind the dash. There are two coolant hoses going to it. One is inlet, one is outlet. So the hot coolant goes through that little bitty heater core and exits through the other side. And that heat is being released as the in the cabin as the heater. Now if the heater core is clogged up, coolant will go very slowly or it will not go through it, and as a result the heater will not work. If you want to see how to replace heater core, how to fix clogged heater core, we'll have videos on our YouTube channels that will teach you how to do that, guys. Now if you notice that the heater all of a sudden quits working, you get other warning lights such as charging malfunction, guys, and you may even notice the coolant temperature raising, inspect your serpentine belt. If the belt fell off, it will not spin the water pump. As a result, the coolant will not spin and your heater will not work, but the engine will start overheating. However, hot coolant will not be able to come to the heater core because the coolant will not be circulating it. So make sure you don't overheat your engine because it can destroy it, and that can cost you thousands of dollars in repairs. Those are some of the most common things we see in the garage. So guys, this Dodge Challenger has all kinds of different fuses and relays. Those could be really hard to find if you're in the middle of nowhere. We'll guys put a link in the description of the video below where you can get some spare ones put in the glove box, because one time we needed a spare, we couldn't find one, and we were stuck in the middle of nowhere because of that, guys. Hopefully the video will be helpful. Thank you guys for watching and see you next time.